I can't tell you how many times I've had men, strong, proud men in their late 60s and 70s, look down at the floor and whisper things they've never even told their wives. I just don't feel like myself anymore. Document. I used to wake up ready to take on the world. Now I wake up tired, stiff, and just drained. Or the one that always hits me the hardest, I avoid intimacy because I'm scared I won't be able to perform. And if that sounds familiar, I want you to know something. You're not alone. You're not broken. And no, this isn't just getting old. As a men's health specialist for over 3 decades, I've heard these same confessions from truck drivers, retired Marines, pastors, and even former pro athletes. What's happening to you isn't a lack of willpower or motivation. It's something far more sneaky and fixable. But what if I told you that the key to reversing this decline in your energy, performance, and vitality might not lie in testosterone shots, expensive prescriptions, or endless supplements? What if the solution is simpler than you think? In fact, it might be sitting in your fridge right now, because today, I want to show you 3 specific fruits that, when used correctly, can help spark your energy, improve your performance down there, and restore the vitality that age has tried to steal from you. And as I'll explain shortly, the real reason these fruits work has nothing to do with vitamins or fiber. It all ties back to a silent biological shift that begins around your 50s, the slow but steady drop in nitric oxide production. This is the real villain. It chokes your circulation, sabotages your stamina, and puts the brakes on your manhood. But we'll get to that. Let me tell you about my patient Ron. Ron, 64, retired postal worker from Dayton, Ohio. Great guy. Used to walk 10 miles a day on his delivery route. But when he came to see me, he said, "Doc, I feel like someone unplugged me. No energy. I sit in my recliner most of the day. My wife thinks I'm just lazy, but I don't have the drive." Now, instead of throwing medications at Ron, I took a different approach. I asked about his diet. Turns out, it was full of toast, bacon, and coffee in the morning, and not a single piece of fresh fruit until maybe dessert. I gave him a simple change: swap out his sugary cereal for half a cup of beets blended with berries. Why beets? Because they're rich in dietary nitrates, the raw material your body uses to create nitric oxide, the very compound that expands your blood vessels and drives circulation throughout your body. Within 3 weeks, Ron came back smiling. "Doc, I feel alive again. I've been walking every morning. My wife can't believe it." But what he didn't say, he just winked, and I knew what that meant. Things were working again where it matters. Let's move to fruit number 2. Ever heard of pomegranate? Not just a trendy juice. There's real science here. Pomegranates are loaded with antioxidants like polyphenol that protect the lining of your blood vessels. In simple terms, they help keep your pipes clean so blood can flow freely, especially to the extremities. And yes, those extremities too. One of my longtime patients, Terry, 71, ex-firefighter from Tampa, was skeptical. Pomegranates? What am I, a yoga girl? I laughed and told him, "You want blood flow or not?" We added 4 ounces of pomegranate juice to his morning routine. Within a month, he said his hands and feet felt warmer, his mind was sharper, and, again, his performance in the bedroom improved noticeably. That's no accident. Pomegranate supports nitric oxide availability, and that leads to fuller, healthier blood flow everywhere. Now, the third fruit is one you've probably seen at the grocery store but may not have considered medicinal: watermelon. This fruit contains a compound called L-citrulline, which your body converts into L-arginine, and that, in turn, fuels nitric oxide production. It's like lighting the fuse to your internal energy system. I remember Bill, a 67-year-old jazz musician from New Orleans. He told me he had to stop touring because the late nights were killing him. He felt foggy, tired, uninspired. I introduced watermelon into his post-rehearsal meals. No pills, no caffeine, just cold, juicy watermelon slices. 3 weeks later, Bill was bouncing into my office, grinning ear to ear. "Doc," he said, "I got my groove back." Are these fruits magic? No. But when used intentionally and consistently, they support one thing that nearly every man over 60 is desperately lacking: proper blood flow. But here's the truth I have to share with you. These fruits, while powerful, are like trying to fill a swimming pool with a garden hose if your body's nitric oxide switch is still stuck in the off position. That's the deeper issue. one that most men don't even realize is happening. You see, around the age of 40, and accelerating into your 50s, 60s, and beyond, your body's natural ability to produce nitric oxide takes a nosedive. Research shows it can drop by as much as 75% by the time you're in your late 60s. That's not just a number on a chart. That's the reason you feel sluggish after climbing stairs, the reason your stamina fades halfway through the day, and the reason your manhood isn't responding like it used to. Now remember, nitric oxide is what relaxes and expands your blood vessels. It's the silent chemical messenger that tells your arteries, "Hey, open up, let the blood through." Without it, circulation slows, pressure builds, and your entire system suffers, especially the parts of your body most sensitive to blood flow. That's why so many men notice not just physical fatigue, but emotional discouragement. They feel less masculine, less motivated, less alive. And no amount of caffeine, testosterone gels, or even fruit alone can override this deep biological deficiency. I need you to hear this. If your nitric oxide production has crashed, and it probably has, then everything else becomes an uphill battle. That's where my approach differs from most. I don't just treat the symptoms. I help my patients restore what aging has quietly stolen, their body's ability to ignite its own energy, blood flow, and performance naturally. I call it the Blood Flow Restoration Protocol, and it's built on a simple idea. Get your body producing nitric oxide again like it did when you were 30. This protocol focuses on reactivating 3 core pathways in your body: the oral nitrate pathway, the endothelial production pathway, and the arginine-citrulline cycle. Most doctors don't even mention this. But it's the key to restoring full body circulation, oxygen delivery, and yes, peak male performance. When your blood is flowing, everything changes. Energy returns. Confidence grows. Vitality is reignited. I've seen it with hundreds of my patients, and frankly, I've lived it myself. In fact, I put together a free presentation that walks through the entire protocol step by step. You'll find the link right in the description below this video. Watch it after we finish here. It could be the first real turning point you've had in years. But before you go, there's one final piece I need to share with you. See, restoring blood flow isn't just about reversing decline. It's about reclaiming control over your health, your relationships, your freedom. Too many men resign themselves to slow decay, thinking this is just what aging feels like. That's not true. You can feel strong again. You can wake up with energy. You can perform with confidence. You can reconnect with the man you were, and still are. You are not broken. You're simply out of sync with how your body used to operate, and what it still can do if given the right support. My friend, if you're still watching this, that tells me you're ready. Ready to stop accepting less than you deserve. Ready to do something your future self will thank you for. So I want you to take the next step. Watch the free training I put together. It's not long, but it could change everything. The link is in the description. It's the same information I give to my private patients, people who pay thousands for one-on-one care, but it's available to you right now, for free. Don't wait until things get worse. Don't put this off until another birthday comes and goes. Take that first small action now. Click the link, watch the protocol, and start your recovery today. Because this isn't just about fruit. It's about freedom. And you've earned the right to feel alive again. I'm Dr. Miles, and I'll see you on the other side.